Hi, so today we're going to talk about surrender. And I am now living in Sedona, Arizona. There's Bell Rock and Courthouse Butte in the back. And anyway, the reason that I'm here is because of surrender. I moved here very recently, but it wasn't going to be the easiest feat for many, many reasons. But I was able to do so because I kept on surrendering into the experience. And I brought my dog, Milo. We're on a little hike today. And I brought him a nice little blanket to lay on so that he wasn't going to get all dirty. But, you know, dogs. Anyway, so the reason that I'm able to live the life that I want is mostly because of surrender. And what I mean by that is that when you hold on to your issues or you're trying to control things through your egoic self, there's this grasping energy, and that's what the Buddhists call it. It's like grasping, always wanting to bring things to you. And when you do that, when you're always grasping, looking for more, you miss the opportunity to see how the universe will show up for you. Because your ego has no idea of what's possible. The ego it sees in a linear way, right? So past, present, future. It also sees in a very constrictive way. And when you are looking at changing your life, you're not going to be able to change your life if you're only looking at what your ego wants or what you want from your ego, or that you want somebody to be a certain way or do a certain thing for you. When you do that, you're missing out on what is really possible. Now, I was telling someone the other day, there's no way I'm going to become quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously not. But it's not really in my energy wheelhouse anyway. I would never want to be that anyway. So, you don't want to look at life where you want something that you think is important, or your family said, oh, you really should be this way or have that degree, or be in the family business, or follow the family religion. All of those things are other people's external experiences. And one of the things that I wrote in my book, A Radical Approach to the Akashic Records, was there's a huge difference between being and doing. It's really who are you being in the moment that brings forward what you want to create, or what is in your highest and best or in alignment with you to create, right? And in doing, it doesn't matter what you do. So if I decided to do dog grooming, that would be cool. That's in my wheelhouse. I could certainly do that. But it's not about the doing. It's about who I am when I'm doing whatever. So if I'm washing my car, who am I when I'm washing my car? When I'm taking a walk, who am I when I'm taking that walk? Meaning, who are you being vibrationally? And that's the thing, it's a vibration. So when it comes to surrender, it's surrendering into your full being. You're not giving it away to some outside entity to take care of things for you. Although I will say, universe, I surrender it all to you. You take care of it. I know when I say universe, I mean oneness. And when I mean oneness, I mean my own higher consciousness, my own beingness. And when you're in that space of complete let go, things happen in so synchronistically and profoundly that if you were to dream about it, you probably wouldn't have dreamt where it went. That rhymed. So you didn't dream where, you wouldn't dream that. You would actually experience it, right? Because you'd be like, well, I think I might want to move somewhere. Oh, I'd like to move to Sedona. Okay, I'll just maybe rent a house. Oh, there's nothing to rent in Sedona. Like, it's all Airbnbs here. So I was like, okay, well, show me what I'm supposed to do. If it's not Arizona, where would it be? I'm cool with whatever, because I didn't want my ego to try to control how things played out in my life. So I attribute a lot of things that I've accomplished with working on my issues, surrendering, and holding a beingness vibration. So surrender is not letting your ego control how things go or your life itself. Beingness, vibrationally, is what's the frequency that you're going to hold on to in your life? Like, what is the energy frequency that you're going to have? And when you are being that energy, you're in a whole new place of experience than if you're not. And to me, beingness is all about holding an energy and not being afraid to be something else or be something that somebody else might want me to be. I don't want to be those things. I want to be who I authentically am. And you know what? I have flaws. I, sometimes get up on the wrong side of the bed. I meditate though, so I'll meditate instead. So instead of just being grumpy, I'll meditate, and that will shift my energy really fast. Because beingness it's the expression of energy that you're putting out all the time. So what's the expression of energy you're putting out all the time? Now, again, you don't want to be fake. I don't really believe that you should be fake or pretend or try to be something like your family always wanted you to be happy. So you have to pretend to always be happy. And I've seen people like that. I can see right through their veil of happiness, let's say, because I don't feel it from them. I see the expression of happiness, but inside, I don't feel it. I don't feel it from them. So they're not being authentic. Now that's hard. Now look, I work with so many clients one-on-one with my coaching and healing. It's really a deep healing, but there's also some coaching in it. But when I'm working with people, what I realize is so many people they're not aware of their own authentic self. And of course not, because it's buried in there. And then they're like, I want to speak my truth. I want to be authentic. And I'm like, it's okay. Take a breath, take a moment, and don't put yourself in the box of what that would be, because it's all about being. So if I'm being the frequency today of lots of joy and gratefulness, in that, my external world is going to be just a little bit different than if I'm just kind of, feeling very complacent and just moving through life, just trying to get things done. And that's going to be a different experience. I'm going to have different experiences attracted to me, right? So who is the energy, or what is the energy that you're being? And don't label that. Don't label that. Please don't label that. So I recognize that so many people want to label because that's the ego's way of controlling or being what it thinks that you should be, right? But you want the authenticity is a truth within. It's a beingness that is beyond what you would label it or what box you would put it in. So let's, for instance, it's funny because a lot of times I have to say to people, oh, I'm a spiritual teacher. I teach Ascension. I have a book out on the Akashic Records. And so, yes, I have to say that. And there's all these labels of who I am. But I know inside that that is just an expression of who I truly am. Because inside, I'm more multidimensional than that. I certainly have so much more energy than just those few things that is in the external world. It's this internal self. So I don't want you to like overthink, like, who am I going to be? What's my being? I want to be a higher vibe. I understand most people want to be a higher vibe. That's the key word of nowadays, right? Be high vibe, because if you're high vibe, then everybody will like you and you'll be spiritual enough. But I get that. And you know, I say high vibe too. But what you really want to do is, who are you being? It's not about high vibe. It's being authentic to your vibe. So let's be authentic to our vibes. You know what? Sometimes I just have a lot to do because life, I'm a doer. I like to do things. And when I'm doing something, if I feel like I'm holding myself back or something feels resistant, I surrender into it. If I'm doing something and it feels like I'm not bringing my full authentic self vibrationally to it, I will take a moment, pull myself back and ask myself, like, what is it that I want to bring forward energetically? All of these things are because we are energy. We are energy beings in this great, interesting land that we have, in this awesome body that, you know, can touch things, can listen to the bug that just went by, see the birds, look at the sun, look at the sky. Like, wow. It's not every area of the universe, or let's say dimensionally, that we get to experience such deep ingrainment into 3D experience. This is it. We are learning to be co-creators here. That's huge. But I find that if you want to be a really good co-creator, surrender, beingness, those things will bring you more in alignment with that. So, from the beautiful area of Sedona in Arizona, there's Bell Rock, and Milo is right here if you want to say hi to Milo. We send you so much love, so much grace, so much beauty. And I want to tell you that I recognize your beauty and grace. Much love.